Good morning, ladies. How are you today? Just wanted to touch base with you just real quick on one of my families, especially my kids and Bobby's, and one of mine too, all-time favorite, super easy meals that you can make for dinner. You can meal prep it any evening or on the weekend, throw it in the freezer, and then pull it out when you're ready, and it involves a crock pot. Win-win, right? Super easy meals. There have been a couple of times where we've been at dance and in between classes, like maybe we have like an hour between classes, I will put this in the crock pot throughout the day, and then I will put it in like a little thermos for Grayson and I, and then we eat it at the dance studio. So it's very transportable and easy, and I wanted to share it with you. So it's meatballs and meat sauce. We are not a family that likes big chunks of tomatoes and things in our food, and a lot of the tomato sauce that you can buy at the store, some of it's just not really all that healthy. So I'm going to show you how I make ours. It's super easy and it's clean. There's really not to it. If you wanted to add, I've had people that have added like crushed tomatoes to it who said it's been amazing. I've had people that have added peppers to it and say that it's amazing. But here's what I do. So first thing is that when I use my sprays and stuff, I use coconut oil for all of my sprays. You can buy, this is Pam's coconut oil. I also use Hy-Vee's brand of coconut oil, but I always use coconut oil for my spray, and I always spray the inside of my crock pot just because it makes it, like, cleaning a lot easier. The next thing I do is I just get regular old Hunt's tomato sauce, and I get the one that has like the no salt added to the tomato sauce, and I use like the big can. So it's like the 29 ounce, like the 29 ounce, little 29 ounce, oh, you can't see that there. Anyway, it's 29 ounces of tomato sauce. Then I go through and, let me move this over so you can see what I'm doing. Then I get Hunt's tomato paste, just the small one of the tomato paste. This is like the, 6 ounces? Hunt's tomato paste, again, no salt added, and then I dump this in there. I put the tomato paste in there just because it makes it a little bit thicker. It's not as watery, so this is going to be in the crock pot. And it just, like I said, it just gives it a little bit of extra thickness, a little bit of extra tomato sauce to it, and it just, I think, makes it a little better. So, okay. So there's the tomato sauce. Next thing I do is I go through and I like a sweeter sauce with like a strong garlic pepper flavor to it. So instead of, what I used to do is I used to just put in like sugar into it. Well, white cane sugar is not really good for us. So what I use is I use stevia, all right? It's natural. This is Hy-Vee's brand of stevia. And so I use this. So 1 squirt of this equals, or 1 squeeze equals 1 teaspoon of sugar. So I just put in 1 or 2 squirts of that, just depending upon how sweet you want things. Again, really simple and easy. The next thing I do is I use garlic. Now, one thing I used to do is I would buy garlic and then I'd like peel it, and that would take a lot of time in the mornings. In the mornings, if we're rushing out the door, I don't have time to peel all the garlic, and I don't want to use a garlic powder because oftentimes we're missing out on some of the nutrients and it's not as good for us. There's added things in there. So I found this at Hy-Vee, and I'm going to show it to you, but it's freshly peeled garlic, all right? And I bought this the beginning of August, or end of August. Yeah, end of August. It's good until October 3rd, so it'll last you about 6 weeks. And inside are all these individual packages of already peeled garlic. How awesome is that, right? So all I do is I just peel this open, a little peeler on it, and then what I do is I bought this at Bed Bath & Beyond. It's a garlic press, and it's like amazing. So I just go through and I put my garlic in there, and I'll usually use like, I don't know, probably, it just depends on how garlicky you like it. We like garlic, so I'll use probably, by the time that you have like your clover, it'll be like 4 of like these little, like the little small things of garlic. So I'll put that in there, and literally all I do is I just press it down. Oh, the smell of garlic just makes me, you can tell I'm not a vampire because I love garlic too much. That doesn't mean I think like vampires are real, so don't be weirded out that I said that. So I go through and do that, and then after that, the next thing I do is I do black pepper, and I just put that in there. And then I do a little bit of salt, just because we like salt. And I use the Himalayan salt. What's the difference between like Morton salt, Himalayan salt, and sea salt. Literally, it's the sodium. So this is Himalayan pink salt. It has a little bit less sodium than what sea salt does. Both of them, either way, have a ton of less sodium than what like Morton salt does or something like that. So I put that in there. Then the next thing, these are chicken balls. Okay, so they're meatballs, but they're not made of meat. Not made of meat. I made them with chicken. I don't do turkey balls, and here's the reason why. I don't make them with turkey because I find sometimes when I make them with turkey, they fall apart a little bit They fall apart a little bit more. I've added stuff to it to try to make them hold together, but I find that when they're in the crock pot and I go through and I have them cook all day, when I go to pull them out, they just kind of fall apart, and we kind of like a firmer meatball. This conversation can go really dirty really quick, so keep your mind out of the gutter, ladies. But anyway, so these are something that I made. I made these Monday night, actually. I didn't get time to make them over the weekend. I made them Monday night. And I will post the link below in the comments as far as what the recipe is. My kids literally ask if they can have these for breakfast when I make them. When I make them at night, they're like, oh, can we have a nighttime snack? Can we have these? They're delicious. And I always make them like 2 to 3 batches at a time. So 1 pound of ground chicken will make 16 to 18 of these. And so like I said, I always buy 2 to 3 pounds of ground chicken at a time anyway. And then I'll just make a big batch, and then I essentially have enough to make, like if we were having my in-laws over, I would make a double batch of these, and then I'd have enough for everybody, and we still have leftovers. So again, they're not, huge. They're kind of smaller size. But 4 of these would count. I think it's 4 of these count as a red. But these are delicious. I put them, like I said, they've been in the freezer. I just take the bag, dump it in, and voila. It's done. I'll put it on low. It'll cook all day. Usually takes, if I put it on low, honestly, they'll be done in like 6 hours. And then you can either eat these by themselves. You can pair it with, you can go through and pair it with a salad if you want to. We're going to have pasta with it tonight. So that's going to count as, that's going to count as my yellow. And then it's going to be delicious and amazing. And then we'll have leftovers. So hopefully this is a quick, easy thing you guys can do in the morning on your way out the door. Like I said, it's a crock pot meal. So really, as you can see, there's like, this is the only mess I have tonight when I have to clean up. And it cooks all day. I can go, and it honestly would have taken me probably 3 minutes to put this together, but I talk a lot, so you know how that goes. So if you guys have any questions, comment below. And like I said, I am going to post the link below in the comment section. It is in one of the Pinterest pages I sent you, but I know those Pinterest pages had a lot of stuff in them. So I'm going to just give you the direct link so you can find this for the meatballs. Like I said, I use chicken rather than turkey, and that makes it a little bit leaner rather than using meat, and it's just delicious. All right, bye ladies.